Jahn! Utah!
All right, we are Slapshot Utah, and you were back with us for our 2025-26 season preview. John, my man, how are you, and are you ready for Mammoth hockey?
I've never been more ready, LeRoy. Let's fucking go. The last episode we put out was September 6th. So we're pretty much exactly 2 months after our last episode, and I'm so excited to be back with you, dude.
We have like a run of like 6 or 7 episodes kind of right around the draft. That was our preseason. That was our
preseason, dude.
Tuning up. But I'm going to tell you the truth, John, and it may be an unpopular opinion. I don't know what you think, but I'm just going to level with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of preseason anything, let alone
dude.
Preseason hockey.
Me neither. I love the NFL. Like, anyone who knows me knows NFL is my favorite. I'm learning to love the NHL almost as much. And even I watch preseason NFL, and I'm like, this is fucking awful.
It's a terrible product. Well, and look, there's enough drama. It's a long season, and to be obsessing over, shadow boxing and chasing shadows over things that, you don't know if it matters or not. But I tell you what I hate the worst about NHL preseason is the Cooley injury and what happens.
Exactly, man.
Okay, why does the Cooley injury happen? Because everybody regular season is playing same pace, which is full out.
Right.
But preseason for a roster bubble guy who's playing his ass off to try and make the team versus guys who just tuning up and know it doesn't matter. That's how people get hurt. And I just...
Right.
Yeah. So anyways,
you're going against a guy that you're jealous that he made the USA team, and you got to go play for the Hope Hogan Hooligans because you're not going to make the roster. So you might as well check him into the glass.
So the truth, but now look, I follow the team. I'm still reading, and I know what's going on, and I knew what happened in the Kings game in Boise, and
I will say, last night's game, pretty awesome.
Yeah, the Saturday night game was the first game I actually set eyes on the TV. I had tickets. My brother and I gave away our tickets for the preseason games to people with kids.
Love that.
Well, you gotta, we're gonna create some young fans.
No, you got it. You got to get them young.
Yeah, and we're just gonna save the whole experience fresh for October 15th versus Colorado.
I will also be
Calgary
there.
Flames. You're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I got my for sure tickets. So this is a controversy, I think, I got the heads up about the Smiths $10 tickets that are now advertised for $15, but they released the entire season, LeRoy. Last year, they would just do a couple games. I think someone got fired for sure because it advertised as $15. It was $10, and they released damn near the whole season. So the first thing I did was buy tickets to the first and very last game.
Oh, great idea! So you just got to gobble up those SRO
exactly.
Loco seats
So
now.
I got the first and the last the first and the last game, and then I refreshed it to go buy more, and it was taken down 404 error. So I think they realized oh shit, we sold 4,000 tickets at $10 instead of $15.
It might have been the same guy who let the Mammoth name leak.
Exactly.
And they said, "Okay, you're out of public relations. Just send him to the ticket department." And
So because my priority is I want to go to the first and last game no matter what, because it's either the last game of the season or the game before the playoff push, which is what I'm hoping for this year.
Yeah. So what nights did you get tickets for? First and last? Did you like
First
any
and
other
last?
games
We got November 2nd, which I won't be at because I'll be at Shout Out. My daughter's they have like a dance recital that day, so I won't be there. But we got tickets to that. We got the December 29th Sabres tickets, the March 1st Blackhawks, which I'm excited for because that's Toyota Club tickets. And
very nice.
And it's Sunday at 2 p.m., which I love that. And
I love a good matinee hockey game. It'll get you home for Sunday dinner.
Nothing's better than a Sunday afternoon at the Delta Center for hockey. I'll tell you what, man. And then I think we got and then March 16th, I'm actually going to Dallas to watch them play the Stars.
So that's right. You mentioned that.
So
You've
that'll
got friends
that'll
in
be
town.
really cool. Yeah, that'll be really cool.
So like when we're really getting down to it, it's going to be a long season, and so preseason. But I will say this: last night, Saturday night, being the final preseason game, the one at the Delta Center,
electric.
My take on it, one, it brought back horrific memories of that San Jose Sharks game early in the season last year.
God, for real.
I think
October,
we blew a 3 or 4 goal lead. Yeah, I'll never see Tyler Toffoli the same way. All right, so look, there's last night's game. I'll tell you, looking it on the TV, I'm going to give you my take. Last season we were all in this new experience, and a lot of us didn't know each other, and we had the first introduction we all had might have been in person or some of them, but whatever it was all about hockey.
Yeah.
And then Utah Hockey Club finished in April, and eventually began. Then we had to sit through all of each other's political piss.
I know.
And terrible bullshit opinions, at least as this is on the social media. And so I've kind of taken a step back and
You were
just tried
smart
to
for
recharge.
that. I should have done it.
And it's not just hockey. That's just the least of it. But social media can be so toxic. I'm like,
Agreed.
I don't want to poison. I just want to get away. And so I've just been kind of following things and remote and reading things, but in order to preserve the freshness of the experience. No, but last night was the first night, and just being back watching the broadcast.
Yeah.
With Fulta and Dom and Kim Becker and all the old homies from last season, and then check out those bad ass home uniform.
Dude.
John, what do you think?
Bro, I know I am such a homer, but boy, does that black and mountain blue just shine off that ice like a diamond in the rough. It is amazing.
It's incredible.
It looks
like that blue
so
pops.
good. So,
yeah,
like you said, last night was the first night I watched the game, but I definitely tuned in on Thursday because I just wanted to see what the ice and everything. Oh my God. By production-wise, which I understand last year was an experiment. They got the team a day before the season started. But just all the graphics and how they showed it and how the logo looks on the ice. Oh, my gosh. We look like a real NHL team.
Yeah. See, and I've been insulating myself a little bit from that just so I can get the fresh experience when I get there.
Oh, when we walk in on October 15th, you and me are going to be grinning like the butcher's dog. I am so, and I'm sitting in your same section, by the way. So,
that's great.
Yeah, we got tickets to your same section. So
now listen, it is not all roses, though.
No,
in Mammoth Land, okay, because and we're not even going to talk about preseason hockey, struggling to score goals, some injury issues.
Yeah,
that's
whatever,
just preseason hockey, so we're not going to talk about that. But the issues that we have that we need to talk about is first. What's this deal with the signs, man?
I know. That's kind of lame, right?
If you haven't heard, SEG has banned signs down up against the glass or anywhere in the Delta Center, unless specifically approved, at the hockey game, which is listen, if you've seen all around the league, that's the thing, is kids begging for, signs, and like there's some hilarious signs. They have nothing to do with begging for pucks, but it's part of hockey culture. And so
I agree.
Are you afraid? Because listen, man, the one thing, and I love myself some Ryan Smith, and I love everything that's happened, but one thing I know is that SEG and Larry H. Miller, for that matter, both of those organizations here in Utah have a very corporate playbook and sometimes miss the point and the forest for the trees and will sterilize what otherwise could have been a very organic experience because of what the lawyers are telling them from behind their shoulder or what they think they need to do to corral the experience to keep control of it to their advantage, kind of like KSL is doing with all the podcast media right now, but we don't need to talk about that. So my point being, John, is what is the logic behind banning signs? Like, why do you think they're doing that?
So the small business owner in me, I look at this and I go, they just don't want someone to hold up a Free Palestine, we hate Israel type signs.
I think you're right.
I think they're really just trying. I'm just going to say the fucking elephant in the room. They're trying to avoid any type of political signage that could happen in there.
And I think it's a little bit of a tone-deaf take,
I
even though,
agree.
we're speculating because first things first, that's not a problem in the NHL, but I can see why SCG feels a little burned.
I don't think there's
look, RSL, I personally think RSL, it's almost toxic. I mean, it not as much lately, but there's so much political horse shit floating around the RSL stadium, and there's a bias as to what political signs as opposed to what political signs will not be tolerated. And that kind of came to a head this summer in some ways at RSL. I wonder if SCG is just thinking, oh, well, we'll just
get ahead of the curve.
But I don't think that's going to stick, John.
Me neither. And
I hope it doesn't.
You brought up a good point. I think this does stem from that whole, like, the guy wore a MAGA hat. They kicked him out, and then RSL had to officially make an apology or whatever.
See, and that's bullshit that they kicked him out, but also...
It's bullshit they kicked him out, and it's also bullshit they apologized to him. It's a double bullshit take.
RSL has a track record of this kind of thing happening. It's just not major news all the time. And so, one way or another, look, but that doesn't happen in hockey. But I almost wonder if maybe they're thinking, well, if we just call it off,
then we don't
understand...
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they really understand hockey culture yet.
They don't, and you can see it in the ticket pricing. I was looking at tickets, like, dude, they're selling the glass like that's the most desired spot on the fucking rink, but it's not. If you actually want to watch the game, the glass is not the best spot to sit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the star fuckers always want the glass, and the people who want to want their new boob job to be aired on prime time. They got to have the glass. Some people just want it because it's a status symbol.
I get that.
But you're right. Everybody who really knows hockey sitting behind the glasses is fucking miserable.
It's cool, but it's not a great experience.
It's novel, but if you really want to watch the game, I agree with you. Okay, now on the bright side, all right, because we did hit him with. I do like that.
I do. Okay, just one more thing. I do like that. I saw people. Because I even commented on a couple people's posts on X, and it was like, dude, just wear a blank shirt and write whatever you want. Because that's what it's going to end up being. People are just going to wear shirts with whatever thing they want to promote.
Well, right, which I think is wild and crazy. But at the same time, like, just let it go.
Right.
Let it go.
Just let the people have some signs, Ryan.
I know you listen to our
podcast, man.
Flipping fun. Okay, so now here, okay, so that's one little hiccup.
Right.
And we'll get there with it. I think they're going to overturn that. But now,
I agree.
Another mild controversy, which I've, especially was checking in, I was being very attentive last night, to, is the goal song. Okay.
God.
Now, I never thought I would hear myself say this, but just bring back the old, what's the name of the old goal song?
Poppy by Kaze.
Just bring it back.
Yeah. Oh, it gets the people going.
we all know what to do. And it doesn't matter if there's a better option. That's the option that ended up by default, and we've all cheered to it.
I love it. It was my actually, it was my top played song on Spotify last year.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so, I mean, but, like, look, were there better options? Maybe, but look, that's the option that's stuck, and that ought to stick. But what they're putting on the PA now.
Don't put AI slop, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we know the difference, and don't give us a mashup with the Let's Go Utah in it. We can take care of that of ourselves.
We created the Let's Go Utah.
Do you see the theme here once again?
Yeah.
And I know that I'm going to sound like
the organic shit is what we need, man.
Well, I sound like a grumpy Gen X boomer or whatever the kids are going to call me. But, like, just why does it have to be corporate DJ trash culture?
Agreed.
Like, why can't we, So that being said, let it be what it is. Now, there is the used.
Oh, yeah, the
that's
used.
a YouTube song.
What was it called? Something handsome. It's like, I don't remember.
Pretty handsome.
Yeah, hello, pretty handsome, or something.
Yeah,
like
or something like that. Okay, but I mean, it's EQ'd so terribly, it just sounds a lot like noise. So now they're having a revolving playlist, and it's
but I will give them the credit of they saw our complaints and they're trying to fix it.
Yeah, well, let's just go back to the original and call it good. That's what,
I agree.
That's
the original one, or I put out one vote for fucking, I think Crazy Train would go crazy for goal. And I Googled and did some research. No other team right now is using Crazy Train as their goal song. And I think it would be awesome as a goal song.
That would be killer. Now, I did notice on the PA that the, stop time music sounds a little bit more rocking and a little less clubby.
They do Tusk by...
That's right, Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. And then they did do Wooly Bully. They do Wooly Bully when they announced the 3 stars.
That's when, okay.
So that's
like the
pretty
Win
cool.
song.
The Win song for Wooly Bully, pretty awesome. I'll give SCG that. Yeah, they did good on that one.
Yeah. Now, what I was thinking is maybe instead of the original Wooly Bully, the same way they did the Sound of Silence disco remix.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that everyone wanted to burn the building down if we had to hear a Sound of Silence when the other team scored one more time? You could do that same kind of mix, but do it with the Wooly Bully and just make it balls banging.
I think that would be awesome.
You can still do Wooly Bully, but there have been some complaints that Wooly Bully is maybe just a little...
Wooly Bully. Yeah, we need some, 808s in there or something,
Yes. What do you think
the other controversy, dude?
Oh, yeah, what is the other controversy?
Trademark dispute with Mammoth Hockey, LLC.
Yeah.
They filed a preliminary injunction on October 1st seeking for a halt of merchandise sales, which is never going to happen, people.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I would like to say don't throw that Utah Hockey Club shit away just yet. But you're right. This ain't going nowhere.
This isn't going anywhere. If you saw any of Cole Bagley's tweets or anything, they have 10,000 jerseys on standby at all time.
Yeah, a lot of times things like this is just a game of legal chicken. You know,
exactly.
Eventually SCG figures, well, it's going
Ryan
to cost
Smith's
more
got
just
more
to
money
pay.
than they'll ever have. He'll just buy the company.
It's cheaper to pay X amount of money than to keep this team of lawyers employed.
Exactly.
So, but at any rate, what were your thoughts on the renovation? I mean, we haven't been in the building yet.
I haven't been in the building
we've both seen pictures.
Love 1,100 extra seats.
Yeah.
Love the idea that it is as steep as it is. Because
right.
I think that it's going to take a lot more noise onto the ice, and I also just because I live in a fantastic universe in my head that I like to imagine a penalty shot, and you got 800 people stacked on top of the goalie against you as an away team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna look really cool from the ice. Like,
and am I mistaken, or is that addition on both sides, as steep as it is, that's just one enormous plate of cold formed metal pressed, like they're bleachers basically?
No,
right?
no. They're individual seats, just like the rest of the arena.
Okay, they're individual seats. Okay, all right. I mean, so it's going to be a sound cannon that those walls on the side.
Yeah, it's gonna be, dude. Let a playoff NHL game come to Utah, and we're gonna break the Richter scales.
Yeah. A lot of the players commenting that it has a real the ice
Ball
in
arena.
Montreal.
Ball arena.
That ball arena in Montreal. It has a feel of that, which is very intimate. Feels like everyone's up on top of you.
I am impressed.
And another
what they
addition
did.
that might be similar to Montreal is they put the humidor, or the humidifier rather. It's the dehumidifier.
Oh yeah,
which
yeah,
should give the ice a much better quality in the Delta Center.
That's a thing? I have no idea about that.
Well, ice is not just ice. Like, the pros can tell the difference. And so, like, how much humidity in the building will affect how your ice performs. And so what they did is they installed enormous dehumidifiers in the building to create a drier environment, I believe it was, so that the ice has a better condition. And so the players should feel a big difference on skateability, which is, you can ask a lot of NHL players what their favorite ice is just based on how it's maintained. It's very similar, well, maybe even more intense than the way a Major League Baseball groundskeeper maintains the infield, because it makes a huge difference on skateability and other things.
I love that. Also, the 146,000 square foot facility that they just reopened looks amazing.
Yeah, though out there in Sandy.
Yeah.
I mean, the players say, it would be nice for us, the whole team, to be able to eat lunch together at the same time. And it's like the genie comes out of the bottle and says, "What is your command?" And now there's a table that's 40 feet long.
Right.
If you've seen the pictures, everything from, you could have a team swim, not a team swim, but like a team soak. There's enough hot tub space. Like,
and I want to say, like, we were complaining about the signs earlier, and it's like, for every step back Ryan Smith might take, in our opinion, he takes 2 steps forward. Like, it is such a cool, and like listening to Bear was talking, like, he did an interview, I remember, and he was like, yeah, I told Ryan Smith, like, oh, in this office, it like is kind of loud when people are walking down, and within like 4 hours he had a door installed to like make it like sound barrier.
Yeah. Oh, it's loud next door. It'd be nice if we had a door. And then he comes back from lunch a few hours later, and the door
and there's a door there. Like, so, dude, I can't. I'm sorry, everybody, especially the donors. I know you guys love your signs, but like, I can't hate Ryan Smith, dude. He is doing so much great things for this hockey team, and I know the players appreciate it as well.
He'll get there. There's some reason someone's recommended, but like I said, I don't see it sticking, but I don't know. We'll see. But I do, like I said, I am always paranoid that the experience will be corporatized. New food items over there at the Delta Center look pretty. You can't buy one of those. Can you?
I think it's either Toyota Club or the Black Desert.
Yeah.
Which
there's this huge 8-pound chunk of meat.
8 ounce.
It would be a pretty barbaric, like,
dude. They should
look.
Honestly, dude. Okay, we've been saying it since last year. The mascot needs to be a caveman named Clubber. And what they got to do is sell Disneyland turkey legs.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Like you do with the Dole juice stand.
That's what I'm
juice stand over there.
Dude.
Okay, John. So I had this to talk about. The mascot. There's like that's a opening night reveal. Like there hasn't been a whisper.
There hasn't even been a leak.
That's going to be exciting because if it's coming around, it's coming around on October 15th.
Oh, and all votes in. Caveman named Clubber. If you're having all these mammoth disputes, just make it a caveman.
Make it a caveman named Clever.
And make him funny. Well, make him just like the Phillies mascot. Like, make him just stupid. And
there was a thread at some point months ago where we were kind of brainstorming of some Clevers talking about, well, what it ought to be is there ought to be 2 mascots. They ought to be the mammoth that runs around, and then kind of in like a Tom and Jerry routine, there's got to be the caveman Clubber.
Oh my God, imagine.
And so spotlight turns on upstairs, section 136, and here comes Mr. Caveman Clubber. He comes out of the portal, and then spotlight comes on lower level, section 13,
I would love
and
that.
There's the mammoth with the fucking bone, like.
No, we do it just like how they do the bear and then the half bear, and they have the little person be the half bear. We have the little person be the caveman and then have a giant mammoth.
I'm not getting my hopes up that it's gonna be that cool. But it would be fucking cool. Okay. Moving on.
To be honest, keep bear too. If they want, just keep bear. I like the bear too. I ain't mad at the bear.
Have it the jazz bear, but the jazz bear dressed up
mammoth
like a mammoth.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I like it. To be honest, they could have kept everything from last year, and I would be just as excited for the season as I am.
Yeah.
I love just like we said, the goal song, awesome. The colors, awesome. Utah Hockey Club, I fell in love with it. So
at some point it will be throwback retro. I mean, we do get to have Utah Hockey Club nights, I believe, at some point in the future. Of course, we got to at least have a 3rd jersey for that.
I mean, yeah, but also and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm sorry what I'm about to say. Why would you buy the white jersey this year?
White? Why would you buy the white jersey?
Yeah, dude, the black one with the mammoth head on it is so dope.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why I bought the white one.
Well, but last year it was the same thing though. I'm just saying it's the same thing. It was very similar.
Well, it does have the mammoths on the shoulders.
Yeah,
and now
true.
that Utah text is more italicized, like it's.
Oh, it is.
It's got like a bend. Yeah, it's not like straight up and down varsity style, but it has like a little bend, and the numbers and the font on the name I think is a little different.
I didn't realize that it was different.
Well, it is a little different, but it is very, very similar. And so, listen. I like the breakaway jerseys. I don't know if you all know the difference. There's the authentic, which is like $430. That's exactly what they wear on the ice. But if you bigger than a 2XL, they don't even make them. You got to be an athlete. Okay. But then there's the premium jersey, and those dogs are like $250. And a little bit of a slimmer fit, but those are like the premium. It's got the shiny NHL thing on the yoke, right where your throat is and everything. There's some differences, and then the next tier down is a little cheaper is the breakaway jersey, and they're made real roomy, and like the crest on the front isn't like all stiff, like you can grab it with your hands and everything. So it's a little more comfy, but also it's a little bit so you can if you're a big guy like I am, you can put a hoodie on.
So what size
underneath
is your jersey?
So the white jersey that I was wearing all last season is a 3XL breakaway jersey, but I got to wear a size 6.
You need to send me that. You need to send me that.
I got to go wear. So if I get the premium, I got to wear a size 60.
And that's what I got. That's what I have, and I want it I want a size 70.
So if you need a huge jersey, then what you need to do, dude, I got you. If you need a huge fucking jersey, then you just need to get a breakaway jersey. But the problem is,
that's what I want.
Yeah, I think you can only get the breakaway jerseys online.
Yeah,
right.
I'm fine with that.
Which means you can get Cooley, you can get Paterka, you can get Clayton Keller.
Also,
they didn't have Veggie yet.
The other Czech goalie though, random side. No, the new what's his name? The new
Vanacek.
Dog. He is a dog.
There's a lot of fun additions to this year's team. Brandon Tanev scored last night. He
Turbo, dude.
He looked great.
JJ, dude.
JJ has got some chemistry with Dylan Gunther.
They sold out of his jerseys on Thursday. They sold out of
JJ's?
his JJ Paterka's jersey sold out before the puck dropped. 77.
Yeah, I originally I'm like, no, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna be really conservative about buying jerseys, and I knew they were coming out that Thursday, and then like it came up, and I saw like an email that notified to me, and I'm like, oh fuck it, dude, I'm buying it. So anyways, I did get my JJ Paterka breakaway jersey.
Oh, you did get a JJ Paterka?
I did. It was a breakaway jersey,
yeah.
but it doesn't get delivered until like Halloween almost. So
yeah, I'm gonna need that website, LeRoy.
Yeah, no, I got
Hey,
you.
honestly,
well,
we'll post it on our Twitter if you're listening.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's at the Mammoth store, All right, so another item of business or item of news that we haven't really talked about is bye-bye Connor Ingram.
Dude, Ingy, I hope you do great for the Oilers, man.
Yeah, Connor Ingram, out of a $1.5 million salary, the Utah Mammoth retained $800,000 in order to deal him to Edmonton.
So that means that we have $800,000 in our cap, right?
That means yes, we're paying $800,000.
Oh, we're paying
just a little
$800,000.
So we've got about $750,000 for a player that we don't have
okay.
in order to facilitate moving him to Edmonton because he cleared waivers. Because ideally, I don't think anybody wanted to take the risk on him at $1.5 million a year.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of gracious of the Utah Mammoth organization to work with Connor Ingram so closely to make sure that we get a good fit for him. You know what I mean?
I mean, my dark joke when I first saw that, and I didn't type it in. I typed it in Twitter and then I deleted it. But I put the only player that was depressed to come to Utah from Arizona.
well, maybe. I mean,
I don't know what he was dealing with, obviously, and mental health is real. I get it, but I was like, damn.
I do get it. I get it. But I do have one comment. And maybe people are going to think I'm a real bastard. And maybe this is premature.
They already hate us, LeRoy.
They already hate me, especially. They love you. They fucking hate me. Yeah, they do. So, but what it is, and I'm not trying to be unfair, but it's just a question. Have you seen or read anything at all from Connor Ingram?
Not one. Not even a statement from the letters to Ingram. Like, I was expecting at least a statement. Like, these
when
people
he checked
really...
into the pro. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say, like, I was expecting at least a statement from his camp about these letters to Ingram. Like, these people really like went out of their way to like make sure he knows that he's like, we get it. We know mental health is real. But like, we didn't even get a statement.
I mean, he doesn't owe us anything.
And he doesn't, but we haven't heard nothing.
It's not like you left as a free agent in a great situation or whatever. Like, the way it was, and especially the circumstances of leaving I guess you could say that could happen any day, and it's being premature, but the dude's got an Edmonton Oilers jersey on. The ship has sailed.
Yeah.
So I don't want to
be
critical.
Great team to go to, by the way.
What's that?
I said great team to go to. At least he didn't go to like some shit team. Like, he went to a really good team.
Maybe he didn't want to be in Utah. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that has something to do with it. Or he says he wanted to get a fresh start, and that's cool. And I can totally see why, and I dig it. But I was surprised. I guess I'll just use the word surprised rather than any other word I could pick. I'm surprised that he didn't think that thanking Salt Lake City or the Utah Hockey Club community wouldn't have been appropriate. And I'll just leave it at that.
Agreed. It would have been you're right. He doesn't owe anything. Would have been a great PR move on his move, though. Like, just out of decency. Like, hey, sorry, guys. Sorry, Veggie. I made you start 27 fucking games in a row.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, listen, if you don't know 100% of what we're talking about, there's a lot of people in social media went out of their way in the Utah Hockey Club community to be very, very supportive and rouse a lot of support for Connor Ingram when he was struggling. And so it's just a little surprising.
Yeah. I mean, dude, in the Delta Center for I think it was 3 or 4 games straight, they had over by J-Dogs. I put multiple letters in there being like, "Love you, Ingy." You know, like I didn't put like anything deep. I just put "Love you, Ingy," and like,
well,
whatever.
Love is free.
I just
love is free.
You know what?
You can't expect anything in return. It is
all
what
I'm gonna
it is.
say at the end of this. Thanks, Ingy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a great time in Edmonton. I hope that the fans treat you better than they've treated previous goalies in Edmonton.
Yeah,
and
maybe
go win the cup, bud.
He is the introverted, sensitive, quiet type.
Yeah,
we're just gonna give him the benefit.
I guess Salt Lake City was too big of a city for him.
Yeah, too toxic of an environment. Okay, we'll leave that there. Goal song. So did we decide just take it back to the original one?
I am 100% on the dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dude, we had our dances down. It was awesome. I love Kazi, dude. Poppy by Kazi. Look it up. That's the greatest goal song ever.
Yeah, so that's going to be my vote too, because everything else just seems like it's okay, kind of canned. Listen, it's the season preview, so it's time for your predictions or your hot takes or anything that you want to say. I have a couple items, but is there any ideas about the coming season that since the last time we've talked that you're thinking, predictions, hot takes, anything like that, John?
Here's what they would call a hot take, but if you actually watch sports, it's not that hot of a take. If we stay relatively healthy, give me 95 points in a wild card spot.
Okay. That's what I wanted to talk about.
But we have to stay healthy. If we lose Dursey again for half a season, or we lose Krause, or Cooley doesn't live up to the expectations that we have maybe unfairly put on him. I could see between 92 to 95 points in a wild card position.
So along with that prediction, I would like to give you, and remember where my heart is, I obviously want this team to kick ass and take names and make a clean sweep through the playoffs. But I'm going to tell you, I look at this division.
Central Division, tough.
I mean, you get 3 automatic spots in that division. You got Dallas, Colorado, and Winnipeg. Those are probably...
And Vegas.
Yeah, no, well, Vegas is in the Pacific.
Oh, they're Pacific. That's right.
Yeah. And so they'll be one of those top 3 teams in the Pacific, along with Edmonton and probably the Los Angeles Kings. Here's where it gets weird. So what's most likely is if Utah makes it, we're going to make it as a wild card.
It's for sure a wild card.
Yeah, if they exceed and we're all blown away by how good it all comes together and they end up in those top 3, well, that would be something else.
If we hit 100 points and I'm eating crow in 4 months, Leroy, I'll eat a piece of dog shit live on the air.
Well, look, man, we said several episodes ago that if we don't make the playoffs next season, it's a failure. But I've been starting to think, this team could get better. Mm-hmm. Not significantly, but we could continue on an upward trajectory of improving and still not make the playoffs, because obviously the teams that we're going against are wild card teams in the West.
Good. And they're okay, really so you got
good. Yeah, so you got the Kings, the Oilers, the Knights, the Stars, the Avalanche, and presumably the Jets in those top 6 positions. So really those 2 spots are going to us.
Yeah.
Well, Anaheim is a team kind of on the
good.
Up.
Avalanche, good.
Getting better. Yeah, the Avalanche, they're probably going to be in those top 3. But, look, you've got Vancouver. Okay, they had a disappointing season, but, they could rebound. But here's where it really concerns me. What about Minnesota? Minnesota could possibly contend to be one of those top 3 teams in our division.
Also, asterisk mark, did you see the wild retro throwbacks they're bringing out this year?
With the gold?
Oh.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They look great. Minnesota fans should be very that would be that is a sick jersey.
Yeah, we got the St. Louis Blues to
St. Louis
contend
Blues,
with.
they're good.
The Minnesota Wild.
I don't know about Smashville. They're probably still dog shit, right?
Yeah, they're dog shit. But even a team like Calgary, gosh, they could. You never
Flames
know.
are always kissing the wild card around there.
So I'm bracing myself. And this might just be my profile as a sports fan, because I think I'm naturally a pessimist as a sports fan.
Yeah. Which you should be. You don't set your brain up for failure.
My my ball club goes down 3-0 in the fifth. I'm like, oh, fuck it. It's over. Start ripping up parlay tickets.
That's me. That's me with the Mammoth, too. We're up 3-0. People are like, we got it in the bag. I'm like, dude, I've watched.
I came into this so virginal. I remember going into that San Jose game early last season, and we went up like maybe 3 or 4 goals.
It was 4-0, and they beat us 5-4.
Okay, and I'm over there having my own little personal party, and the guy on my season ticket row, Dustin, looks over at me almost like with this glower. What is it? A glare? And I'm like, "What's your problem?" He's like, "Something stinks about this. This feels like a disaster waiting to happen." I'm like, yeah, whatever. Slowly but surely, the wheels and the fenders started falling off of that truck. So, and then we lost that game, and it felt a lot like that Saturday night. But it was preseason, and I am ready for 2025-26 season. But it is not going to be a slam dunk to make the playoffs. Like, you better hold your breath, because we're going to be slugging it out in April.
Oh, agreed.
This is coming down to that last week. So I'm glad that you got a ticket for that last home game.
LeRoy, now, since you watched the game, who do you think makes the biggest jump this year? Like, who becomes a legend in Utah Mammoth lore this season, in your opinion?
I mean, like, takes a big jump up.
Big jump up.
So, like, Clayton Keller doesn't. He's already the captain. We
already know what we're getting from him. He's great.
Okay, but who's the? Holy crap! We had that guy. Who's he going to be? Okay, well, who do you think it's going to be?
I think Gunther is taking a step forward, dude. Just from the eye test, he looks faster on that ice.
Yeah,
he looks a lot faster, and I think that, especially having JJ next to him now, I think it's going to take a little heat off of him. And I think Gunther makes a big jump this year.
I was reading that Dylan Gunther, he's got that big slap shot. He's that sniper, gunner. He's kind of that blue line shooter.
Right off the fucking line.
But I think what he's been working on this offseason that may make your prediction come to fruition is those inside the crease, more greasy goals, as they're called, is what his game he's been working on. And if he can play a full season, not go injured for a decent amount of time, and do anything to increase his production, you might be right.
The most annoying thing about making predictions like this is every team would be great without injuries. It's just part of the game.
Yeah. Okay, so you want my prediction?
Yeah, I want to hear what you're, because you actually know hockey. I'm just a dummy.
Well, I'm a dummy too. I don't know hockey that well, but I do know that we've got some talented youngsters on our team. And so I think coming from nothing to something is a great way to make a jump and improvement. Here's going to be my prediction. Obviously, our number one defenseman is Mikhail Sergachev. Mm-hmm. My prediction is that Dmitry Simashev is a top 4 defenseman for the Utah Mammoth by season's end.
I do love Simashev.
I think Simashev, that KHL boy, I'll tell you, that's playing with grizzled men.
Boot is gonna be good too.
Watching Boot skate around the ice is something else.
Dude, he's a dog too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of good Russians, but yeah, I have a feeling that Dmitry Simashev is the real thing, and the Sergachev-Simashev Russian connection is going to be a formidable unit to be dealt with for some time. And also, I do have one dark horse prediction as far as players that are going to make everybody say, "Who's a what's a what?" Are you ready?
Yep.
Barrett Hayton.
Ooh.
Improved last season. Remember, he's on a developmental curve as well.
He ended good last year.
We got a lot of good players, but I could tell you one thing that is going to get this team to the playoffs is a season as good, or hopefully with an improvement arc for Barrett Hayton. It's an important position. Our centers we're gonna live and die in some ways by our centers. That
we
right
really
down the
will.
middle of the ice. And so
Logan Cooley's obviously our starter, right?
Yes, presumably he's our first line center.
So that's what, like, I hope he's as good as we all want him to be, But like, so after him, is it Simashev, or how do you say it?
No. Well, Simashev's a defenseman.
Defense,
yeah. So the center right down the middle would be Cooley, Cooley on a first line center. Your second line center is going to be Barrett Hayton. Third line center is probably going to be Jack McBain. Under most circumstances.
I forgot about McBain.
Yeah, and then Stenlund is going to be fourth line. Stenlund can win a lot of faceoffs. Bain is good at faceoffs. That makes a big difference, but Barrett Hayton has this game right in front of the net of, harassing goaltenders and being in the right spot. You want to talk about greasy, dirty, in-your-face goals. This is Barrett Hayton's game. He's physical. He's tough. I think if he continues to develop, surprise, surprise, Barrett Hayton might be the keystone to a successful 2025, 26 season. So those would be my two answers. I think Simashev is going to be a hit, and I think Barrett Hayton is going to make some improvements, and we're going to have ourselves a hell of a unit, presuming everything goes well. Okay, so give me an over-under. The day of the year, which day of the 2025-26 season will Liam O'Brien score his first, not even goal, score his first point of the season?
Let me put it like this. If Spicy Tuna scores a goal in the Delta Center, it might blow the fucking roof off.
Yeah. People are going to be if first goal opening night home is Liam O'Brien.
Oh,
banger.
My God.
People are going to be shitting their drawers.
I agree.
Like that is going to be that. So that's something to look forward to this season if we want to have a season preview. The thing is, as soon as Spicy Tuna scores, it's going to be a fiesta, baby.
This is going to be my guess. Oh, and this is another game I forgot I said. I'm going to the October 19th Bruins game. So I'm going to guess on October 19th, Liam O'Brien assists Logan Cooley for a goal and gets his first point of the season.
Nice.
That's going to be my dumb prediction. I'm actually going to write it down. I'll write it down to keep myself fucking keep it honest.
Write it down.
What about you, bro? When do you think
when do I think he'll get it? Let's see. How about is it November 22nd against the New York Rangers?
There you go. All right, I'm going to write them down for us.
Yeah, write them down.
Wait, you said November 22nd?
Yeah, I think it's November 22nd. The only reason that date comes to mind because I'm taking my wife to the game that night.
Fun.
So, fucking Rangers fans. We'll see if they're any better. No, the word was maybe the opposing fans' jerseys are going to be we're going to get a little bit of a more of a home crowd this year.
I agree.
We did pretty good last year, but. Okay, so
I'm gonna be honest though. I love sitting next to opposing. Most of the time I sit next to opposing fans because I'm not a season ticket holder, so I'm moving all the time, And 9 times out of 10, I've only had one douchebag. And even then, he was a Phillies fan, and I watched Dylan Gunther send it to the back of the net at the buzzer, and I flipped him off and walked out of the Delta Center.
Oh, fuck, man. The Flyers fans were awful that night.
They were so mean. I was just trying to be nice to them, and they were being so rude to me.
Yeah, I think it's the part of their fan identity somehow of being an ass. It's their calling card.
I hope that they call Utah the nicest fan base. Like we live up to the stereotype.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the nice way to be about things.
Right.
You know, the Bruins fans can pretty fucking obnoxious when their team is good. And I'll tell you who the worst is. The worst when they have a good team is the Chicago Blackhawks, but their team is ass, and so we haven't seen the worst of them yet.
Dude.
No, wait. I'm sorry. It's the Detroit Red Wings fans.
Oh, yeah.
That are the worst. But we'll get to entertain all of them this year at the Delta Center. John, do you have anything else that we need to tell the audience before we kick off the NHL season this Thursday? On the road in Colorado. I think the NHL season starts Tuesday night with a bam, bam, bam triple header. But we don't play until Thursday. But guys, it is hockey season and we're ready.
Hockey season is 100% back. I am so stoked. This is definitely like I was definitely excited to like have a team last year, but now like getting to know the league, getting to know like thanks to you, getting to know more of the rules, understanding what the fuck is going on while watching. This is the most anticipated NHL season in my 36 years of life. I was just going to say, I am super stoked to be high-fiving all the strangers that I'll see at the Delta Center. I'm excited to see the development of this young team. Luckily, we had an owner that bought a young team, so we're only getting better. I'm super stoked to see. I hope a Florida team doesn't win the Stanley Cup because we're gonna win the cup. But I'm I'm also excited to hear all the crazy voicemails that I hope that my friends send us at 801-810-4869. So yeah, that's my final statement for the season opener. Go Mammoth.
All right, call us anytime this season at the Slapshot Utah hotline. We'll put you on the air. It's going to have a fun. We're going to have a fun season, and so thank you for listening. Go Mammoth! Season starts Thursday. Let's beat 'em up.
Hell yeah, buddy! Let's go Utah!